and welcome to TORYS Stories with Tom, because I've had a lot of requests that people want to see vlogs with him more, so yeah, on my birthday today, so yeah.
Happy birthday to you.
Thanks, Tom. So anyway, today we're going to talk about sex, because it's a subject.
It's the big S word.
Yeah, it's the subject that a lot of people have questions about, and it's the subject that a lot of people don't know much about, or they're kind of curious.
And a lot of people relate to it as well, because
exactly.
most people are going to have sex at some point in their life.
If they haven't already. So, yeah, let's get started. So, Tom, when do you think is the right time to have sex?
Well, it's the kind of answer that you get from everyone, but really, the right time to have sex is usually when you feel ready. A lot of what I've found is girls care a lot more about when they have sex than guys. Like, guys will have sex with whoever, whenever they feel the need to, while girls are more careful about their planning about it, and they're really quite scared.
I think a lot of girls as well want to lose it to the right person, the person they are in love with, or
and
they
guys
think they're in love
horny.
with. Yeah, exactly. But on the flip side of that, a lot of girls can also just lose it to whoever.
Yeah.
I think I've heard from people recently that their friends have done it just to learn, just to learn how to do it. A lot of people do it just so that they can lose it, so that, you know, they don't have it to worry about anymore.
I think the reason girls in particular have sex the first time just to lose it is because I think they want their first time with someone special to actually not be bad. I think a lot of girls are really worried that they're going to be bad in bed.
They might have it so that with someone who's experienced, so that they can learn how to do it with somebody they love.
Yeah.
I don't think, personally, I don't think that's a good way to lose it. I think it's very pointless, really, because you're wasting it, you know.
Virginity is a jewel that you should protect with your life. Until you get married, children. Until you get married, no.
Not necessarily. But then again, let's talk about religious views.
There's a reason for them. I think the Christian religion has the whole no sex before marriage thing because they want you to lose your virginity to someone you love and someone you obviously care about a lot. And they don't want you to have dirty sex with some random person, you know? And I think it's a good basis on that point, but I think it also leaves a lot of people questioning and wondering for a long time, especially if some people never do get married, you know?
Another thing is, though, try it before you buy it. What if you marry somebody and you've never had sex with them because it's not allowed in Christian religion, and then you find out that they're really bad in bed? That is going to take the physicality out of the relationship. I think physicality is an important part of relationships. It doesn't have to be full-on bang sex, but I think being able to just cuddle up on the couch with your lover, or you know, hold hands, whatever, it's very important, because if you don't have it, you're more like friends. You know, it just takes the passion out of the relationship.
It takes the meaning out of the relationship as well, because a relationship with a person is meant to be a combination of an emotional and a physical attraction, and if you really don't have both, in most cases that's not going to go very well.
And I've seen relationships just lately that have broken up because there was no physicality, you know, they stopped having sex and it was just nothing, it left nothing in the relationship. It was like they were best friends, you know, but they weren't
lovers.
Exactly. Try it before you buy it is basically, it's important to have sex with a person before you marry them, just in case they're bad in bed. Because sex is an important part of relationships.
But then again, should it matter? If you truly care and love someone, how good they are in bed really matter?
I think it shouldn't matter, but it does. And I think that's a lot of the problem with sex. You know, it shouldn't matter, but it does.
Do you think meaningless sex is okay? Because in our current world, society, you know, people are having meaningless sex daily, you know? They will go after a new person every single day, every single weekend. But why do you think that is, and do you think that's okay?
I don't want to ever have a lot of sex, meaningless
with
sex with a lot of people, because I would hate to be with a man who was like that. So yeah, for me personally, I don't like the idea of meaningless sex.
Where I think meaningless sex is only okay if you can emotionally remove yourself from the situation.
I don't think many people can, honestly.
Which is another thing I agree with. I don't think many people can until they kind of train themselves into it. Like, I think you need to be hurt by not being able to withdraw yourself from a completely emotionless situation to be able to withdraw yourself from emotionless situations, and I think that's where a lot of people go wrong with sex. They have meaningless sex, think they can handle just it being casual sex, and then they realise, I've got this emotional attraction to this person, when really they don't have those same feelings in return.
Yeah,
You know?
it's true. Now, sexuality wise, apparently girls can kiss other girls if they both feel nothing. This is the same with sex. If both parties feel nothing, sex is okay, meaningless sex, if you're into that kind of thing. But if one person
has feelings
for the other person, it makes things awkward, because a kiss is meaningless to this person, but the kiss is completely meaningful to the other person.
While the sex is meaningless to this person, but the sex is not meaningless to this person. So this person will think the relationship is more than it is, and they will in turn get hurt.
Exactly.
It's just dangerous.
Safe sex. I think if you're going to have sex, make it safe. AIDS is a fucking killer. Guys, AIDS is a killer.
And who wants to go around saying, hey, I've got herpes?
Exactly. And herpes, well, any STD is by law something you have to tell your partner about. Any partner you're with, from that moment on, you have to tell them that
whether
you have
meaningless,
a sexual
whether
disease.
a casual or full-on relationship, you have to tell them.
Which is why you don't want to get one, so that you don't have to be in the position where you have to tell all these people, because those people are not going to want to have sex with you if you have a sexually transmitted disease.
Another thing with not using protection is when you think you have an STD, when you think that you may have accidentally gotten an STD, if that's the right word, there is nothing worse than feeling that fear, because there is nothing worse than wanting to think my life has now changed forever, or I have an illness that I can transmit to other people by enjoying myself, because that's what sex is meant to be. It's meant to be enjoyable, or by making love to my partner. I now have something that I can give to them.
Which is not a good thing.
Which is not a good thing, And it's actually really horrifying, And having to go through that process, it's not worth it. Like, using a condom.
Not that hard.
It's not that hard, I think it's really stupid how people are just not happy with wearing condoms just because it may give them some more enjoyment,
I think also, if you don't mind me saying, as a friend of somebody who's gay, I think the fear for me is very real that if my friend doesn't wear a condom, he could catch AIDS and die. Now this, for me, is the biggest problem, because I don't want to lose him. I remember being in a waiting room waiting for test results to find out if my friend did have AIDS, and knowing that there was a very high possibility he could, because the gay community is so small, it scared me, it really broke my heart to think that I could lose him. And honestly, that was my biggest fear. So I think if you are a straight person, if you're a fag hag like me, and you just have a lot of gay people around you, warn them, you know.
And look out for them.
Exactly, and if they decide that they're not going to wear condoms to keep themselves safe, then just do something to make them realise, you know, because it is a scary thought.
I think
you know?
It's a wise thing for people to keep condoms on them if they're sexually active at all times.
Definitely. That's the end of our vlog for today. I will see you again at some point. I've just been too addicted to WoW to do vlogs.
Wow, it!
I know, but it's so good, you know, you should all try it. And yeah, that's the end of our vlog. So from me, see you later.
And bye, and remember, happy birthday with it, wishes from you to Tori.
Thank you.
17 today.
I am 17 today. I am the dancing queen. Young and sweet, only 17 or something lame like that. Okay, and remember, have safe sex, guys. See you later.